Hi, today I'm just having a quick chat about the difference between stabilizing versus moving muscles. So this is a big area of conversation, especially in the Pilates world, where we often refer to these stabilizing muscles as your core. But what I wanted to highlight, it's a really good point to remember that often when we think of core, that word has been so attributed to mean abdominal muscles that usually core in our minds relates only to the abdominal muscles. But it's important to remember that these stabilizing muscles actually exist in every joint of the body. So when I hear people saying things like, oh, Pilates is so good for core control, I initially go, yes, it is. But then I also try to remember that actually when we say core control, we mean the stabilizing muscles of the whole body. So a little recap, the difference between stabilizing and moving muscles. So moving muscles are usually big muscles that go across one or more joints, and their primary role is to move the body. So you would think of things like your big bicep muscles, your hamstrings, your quadriceps. They're big muscles that move limbs or elements of your trunk in big planes of movement. They're usually not very good at the finer detail of that movement. Their job is really to get the limb from point A to point B in as strong and fast a way as possible. So that's great for things that require big heavy movements, big heavy lifts. However, what we also need in accompanying to those big muscle groups are the stabilizing muscle groups. Now these muscles, I guess as their name suggests, their role is about joint stability. So they're often much smaller. They're not very good at lifting big heavy loads, but what they are good at doing are making sure that the way that joint moves is very specific. So if you think of these like two sides of a seesaw, to have really good movement and to avoid injury, what we want around every joint in the body is a really nice balance of big moving muscles and little stabilizing muscles. So this is where when people say Pilates is really good for core control, I go, yes, but I'd like to rephrase that. Pilates is really good for the work of the stabilizing muscles, the little muscles that are, I guess, unique at being able to specifically move a joint. Whereas exercise that's maybe more prescriptive, such as gym work, weight training, that type of exercise is fantastic for moving muscles, and both are really important. So I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, as always, make sure you comment them below. We always get back to our comments. If you want some information, perhaps that's a little bit more specific to your situation, feel free to give the girls a call. We've got studios in Caringbah, Alexandria and Helston Park, and we've got a team of highly experienced physiotherapists and Pilates instructors who are always happy to be able to give you some advice that's specific for you. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye.